First off, in the High Classical period, is this statue of the discus thrower, also known as Discobolos, and by a sculptor called Myron. Now, the original statue was bronze. This one is a marble copy by the Romans, and there's always a clue that you're looking at a Roman copy, and it's just hidden here. It's that ugly looking tree trunk that offers support to the statue but bears no real use or function in terms of the narrative, and in fact it's quite ugly from many of the angles. But the reason why it's there is because in bronze this pose would have been incredibly possible, and in fact Myron has utilised bronze to its greatest effect to create a really dynamic and active pose. He's right in the middle of the action, about to release that discus from his hand. As well as it being an active pose, he's also created what is known as an asymmetrical pose, because we've no longer got this vertical symmetry to the statue. And I'm going to draw on what I mean for you. So first of all, created by the arms here, we've got a curve. But on the other side, instead of having a curve, we've got a zigzag. I'm just trying to draw that for you. There we go. Okay, so asymmetrical pose, really new, really innovative. And that's our key word really for talking about Myron. The mid-action pose is innovative. The asymmetrical part of the pose is innovative. The fact that we've only got the toes as well on the plinth at the bottom is new. Up until this point, feet have been quite closely, firmly on the floor. In addition, we've got nudity for a reason with this statue. So most of the statues we've seen so far have had what I call gratuitous nudity. It's there, but it doesn't need to be. So warriors, like the Riachi warriors, did not go into battle nude. We've seen the same with our gods and the same with our archaic choroi. But now it's appropriate to have the statue nude because he's an athlete. And that's how men would have worked out in the gymnasium, but also have competed in athletic competitions. We've also got a severe expression on this statue, and that's quite fitting because it shows that he is concentrating on the task at hand. So the expression of the statues is also beginning to marry up with the narrative and to feel appropriate at this time as well. Finally, I want to have a look at the anatomy of this statue. So obviously he's very well defined again in terms of that iliac crest and also the cuirass aesthetique. But more noticeably, if we have a look on the side of the body here, we've got that rib cage very, very visible, showing again that sculptors are aware of showing what's underneath the surface of the skin and muscles as well, and paying really close attention to models and realism. We've also got the veins and tendons in the arms that are also visible too, and we can see how they are taut in response to the body movement. However, there are some downsides to this statue. For a start, it only really works from the front. From any other angle, it would be a jumble of legs and arms. And on top of that, the torso doesn't really respond, so it's not twisting appropriately as this pose would naturally cause.